Hi, this is Greg Johnson with resourcesforlife.com, and this is a video response to someone who had a question about Mediacom's video cable TV service. They were wondering why during some shows, let's say for example Oprah, does the screen become kind of little boxes, sort of like the digital signal is having some interference. And their question was, why is that? They'd heard something about maybe it has to do with bandwidth, that if they'd been with Quest, that they wouldn't have had that problem instead of Mediacom. So I wanted to send out this video as a clarification. First of all, there indeed could be an issue with your internet service. If you are on DSL, theoretically you're getting 100% of the service all the time. You're not sharing that with anyone else, and that's DSL. And then the old thinking used to be, well, if you have cable internet, that you're sharing that connection with your neighbors, that theoretically you could have a fast connection, but that because of this sharing phenomenon, that maybe the connection wouldn't be as fast. And so that's the old thinking. Now, I say that's the old thinking because my experience has been that whenever I test the bandwidth with Mediacom's internet service, I always get what used to be about 7,500, and now it's up to basically 12 megabit service, and that's the setting that shows up. That's the performance that's showing up. So I'm a little reluctant to believe that the bandwidth is shared with other people. At least that's not what is showing up when basic bandwidth test is run. But getting back to the question of the video image, why would it be sometimes just kind of lock up or freeze up or end up having distortion or problems like that? And traditionally you think of those kinds of problems, typically you think of those kinds of problems as being an issue with satellite TV, because satellite TV can be influenced by interference such as a storm or rain or wind or something like that, interfering with the satellite signal. But with cable TV, normally you wouldn't see that. Now, I think what would be a very interesting test, the person, Ruth, actually was asking, it seems to happen during Oprah. Well, it would be a very interesting test to have, let's say, 3 or 4 people around Iowa City watching Oprah and seeing if this distortion comes up at the exact same time. The reason I suggest that that might be something that might happen, that several people, whoever's watching the show at that time, might see the same distortion, is because, Mediacom isn't the only little chink in the, kink in the chain or whatever that could be causing this problem, that could be introducing the distorted image. Of course, Mediacom has their own little satellite dish or cable or some method of receiving the content that they're passing on to the subscribers. So it could be that Mediacom is receiving a distorted signal, a distorted image from whoever is sending it. In which case, everybody in Iowa City, for example, would then be experiencing this problem of a distorted picture. And if that's the case, there's probably nothing you can do about it other than to complain and ask that they, beef up their equipment between them and their content provider. However, if it turns out that, 3, 4, 5 people in Iowa City are watching this show, let's say Oprah as an example, and they all are able to see the show just fine and there's no distortion, but only one person is having a problem, well, then that's an indication that, that there is some sort of problem with the signal going to that person's home. And that is, that's basically a known issue, I would say. With Mediacom, if your signal quality isn't that good, with the old TV systems, you would get just a little bit of distortion, but you could keep watching whatever show it was you were watching. With digital, whether it's a digital cell phone or digital TV, with digital service, what happens is the picture just drops out. I mean, it's either there or gone, or you might get these little boxes, pixelization. Oh, found a nickel. Anyway, so I'm guessing it's one of those two things. Either your signal quality between your home and the video distribution system is having some sort of problem, and nobody else is experiencing that problem, only you, or possibly the signal coming to Mediacom is distorted, and they're just rebroadcasting whatever it is they receive. So anyway, I hope that helps to understand the problem a little better. And if you have any other questions along those lines or insights, if anybody out there has any insights as to why that might happen, please let me know. Thanks.